So, good morning, Geraldine. Welcome to today's class. How do you feel today? How do you feel today?
Good morning, teacher. I'm fine, thank you. What about you, teacher?
I'm really fine. I'm really fine. With a terrible rain last minutes, but everything was okay. Okay. Um, okay, Geraldine. We're going to start with the today's topic, which is principles of assessment. Okay. Mainly, there are five. Mainly there are five in which we are going to introduce you about more these principles. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is practicality. Okay, practicality makes reference to the mainly to the simplicity of the assessment tool or the activity you are going to perform with your students. Yes, if the tool is easy to use, if you need to spend money in that assessment tool, yes, if along the activity can be easier to you for making, for print, and those aspects. It will be more practical for you. Okay, so that's the one of the intentions of this principle of assessment. One example of this principle can be when you, for instance, use different virtual tests, or different mock exams to implement to your students, in which you don't need to spend a lot of money, in which you don't need to spend a lot of time. Yes, because you don't have to create the test because it's already created, and we know that an assessment tool of that category will be really good for the student because it has a high proficiency. So that's the main intention of the practicality, to look for different activities which can be practical for you as a teacher. Yes, so that's the first one. Now let's talk about reliability. This reliability is divided into the first one is rate reliability. Rate reliability makes reference to those activities and those assessment tools in which you as a teacher need to grade. Okay, those activities in you as a teacher need to grade your students, in which there won't be an standard, in which you most of the times won't have a rubric. Yes, for instance, the like not standardized speakings, yes, in which you evaluate in a superficial way the performance of your student. Yes, so you need to evaluate your student according to what you know. Okay, obviously you can use a rubric created by your own. Yes, but it is not like an standardized grade. Okay, so that's the main intention of rater reliability. Now, let's talk about test reliability. Test reliability is the opposite of the rater reliability, because in those cases there will be a standardized grade for every single question. Okay, most of the times, the specialized exam centers, for instance, Cambridge, are in charge to evaluate every single performance of the students, because they have their specific rubrics. For instance, for speaking, they have their specific rubrics. They have a specific and standardized rubrics for writing, and also for the multiple choice selection questions. So there is no like a moral debate there. So if the student make a mistake, for instance, in the question number 50, there won't be like a regret that in that part. So this is the test reliability. This is the part of reliability. Do you have any question about practicality and reliability, Geraldine?
Not yet, teacher. I think I understood
Do
everything.
you have something to add about reliability or practicality? Yes.
Could be, I think that practicality is something important in order to spend less time in preparing activities. And according to test reliability, I think it's a good option because in this way we can, as teachers, we can practice or assign tests to our students without any mistakes and contextualize.
Okay, excellent, Geraldine. Thanks for your opinion. It's a thing that we need to take into account. Yes, as a teacher. Really nice, Geraldine. Let's go ahead with validity. Validity is one of the most uncommon principles of assessment. Yes, it's most of the times it can be difficult to understand. Okay, but mainly validity makes reference to the cohesion and coherence uh, between the topic I'm going to teach and the topic I'm going to evaluate. Okay, so there will be needed that cohesion and coherence in order you to test your students. Okay, a clear example: if you are teaching present simple in an affirmative and negative way, you are not able to evaluate your students in present simple questions because you haven't review that topic with your students. So there will be needed that cohesion. Okay,
Okay,
that
teacher.
cohesion. That's the main aspect of validity. Okay, and finally, the authenticity. The authenticity is mainly guided to activities in context, real world activities. If you, as a teacher, try to use real context topics to teach English, for instance, let's make another example with present simple. Present simple is the grammar topic. Yes? But you can use the authenticity part can be visible if you try to, instead of teaching present simple, you can teach routines. Yes, you are teaching in an inductive way. Okay, so that's the intention of the authenticity, the capacity that you as a teacher have to become one grammar topic to an inductive topic. In this case, for instance, can be an English lesson, how to take a taxi, yes, in which you can reinforce, for instance, the WH questions, okay, in an inductive way. Okay, Geraldine, so now let's go to the let's go to an activity. This is the following link. Let me share the link. Let me share the link. Please tell me if the link is already shared.
Okay, let me check, teacher. No. Yeah.
Okay. Then in this case, there will be an activity for you, Geraldine, in which you need to record a video. This video, you are going to tell your experience using all principles of assessment. Okay, so what was your experience using practicality, rate reliability, test reliability, validity, and authenticity? Okay, so take into account the obviously the previous explanation, and finally you have 3 minutes. Okay, the idea is you to spend those all 3 minutes. Okay, because um, you are going to be evaluated in some aspects with a specific rubric. Okay, Geraldine.
Okay,
So
teacher.
go ahead, Geraldine. You take your time and please tell me when. Please tell me when you already record the response. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Thanks.
Hello teacher, I am Geraldine Barbosa and today I'm going to talk about different experiences I have had following the principles of assessment. With this principle, I really like to develop group activities because I consider in group students can help each other and do the activity faster, and also I like to assign these kind of activities because in this way I can give them feedback easier than doing it individually. When I have students from the levels B1, B2, or C1, I really like to apply with them English exams from Cambridge, Oxford, TOEFL, and similar exams because in this way I can assurance them that the exams are correct and contextualized. Following this principle, I usually assign to students oral presentations and I set clear goals and instructions for them in order when they have to present to talk about any topic, I can check what we have seen along the classes. When I have to prepare exams or activities for review, different topics that we have seen in class with our students, I always check what were the objectives I set for them in order when I prepare the exam, follow them and don't ask something I didn't teach them or they didn't learn. In this case, when I have to teach a topic related to the expressions, to real context, I always look for expressions that appear on books or all resources I consider reliable.
Okay, Geraldine, I think you have enough time to record the explanation. Already, we have here the response. Uh, and let's start with a question, Geraldine. How did you feel doing this activity? How did you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like bad or something like
Uncomfortable.
that?
And now, teacher, I feel comfortable. I think it was a little bit difficult for me because I didn't know what to say in some principles. However, I just think once again and I got an answer.
Okay, Geraldine. So that was the intention. But you have reminded that if you have a question in a specific topic, you can tell me. Don't worry.
Okay,
So,
teacher.
so far, Geraldine, do you have some questions about the topic or something like that
No, teacher. Now
before
it's
evaluating?
clear.
Okay, okay, Geraldine. Now, I already watched your video, and let's start with the assessment, Geraldine. Sorry,
Okay.
excuse me. So first of all.
Teacher, could you please make bigger the screen?
Let me check, Geraldine, if it is possible.
I mean, present. No, present as no as you were doing
Okay, okay,
before.
okay, 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 okay. So the intention was to highlight the main aspects. Okay,
Ah, okay, teacher. Okay, no, don't worry.
okay. In the first file, which is performance, I think you did it really well. You just present one hesitation, but it cannot be an impediment to set you in this case a 4. Okay, I think you did it really well. You did it really well. So, oh, sorry, excuse me. So in this one, you have a 4. Okay, for the second one, which is speech, as you can see in the rubric, I think that you can improve some aspects of your speech, but in general terms, it's really good. In this opportunity, I will set you a 3. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
so let me erase this one. This one, I don't know. Uh,
Is the blue cyan, teacher? The
which one?
cyan. The cyan. Is beside green. The
Which
green. No, besides the green, teacher. The green you yeah, that one.
this one? This
Yes.
one?
Uh, no, it doesn't matter, teacher.
Okay, yes, yes, doesn't matter. Don't worry. Okay. In the reflection, I think you provide relevant and clear ideas about about what did you said. I'm really comfortable with your answer. So in this case, I think a four is really accurate. So okay, Geraldine. So in this
Okay,
case, the
teacher.
four is really accurate. It's really accurate. In terms of timing, okay, this is one of your like points, your weak points, Geraldine, because according to this rubric, I'm not able to set you to set you a 3 or 4 because your video was from 2 minutes and 4 seconds. However, as I mentioned before, the statements are really good. However, the time you could improve, you can improve that in the future. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
So this opportunity too. And finally, intonation, tone, and volume. So I think you have a really had a really good intonation, yes, and enough volume. Okay, so you need to improve some aspects of your tone. You can speak a little bit louder, but in general terms, it was a really good intonation, a really good volume that a teacher should have when he or she is I don't know, sharing your ideas, sharing the explanation of a topic. That's the main intention of this exercise, Geraldine. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to set you a three, a three. So Geraldine, tell me if you have some questions about the rubric, about your grades. If you think there is something which is wrong, you can tell me right now.
No, teacher, I consider that's okay. Taking
Okay,
into
Geraldine.
account all the statements that appears on the rubric.
Okay, Geraldine. I hope this explanation were really useful to you. And also you have this material this material and the platform in which the exercise is performed. You have all the links in which you can study more, and I can share you more links in order to study more about this topic, which sometimes for a teacher it's a little bit difficult. Okay, Geraldine. So thanks for have the time to listen to me to explain. Yes, and no more, Geraldine. So have a nice day, Geraldine.
Thank you so much, teacher. Have a good day too.
Bye, teach.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
Geraldine. Have a nice day.